Let me show you a cool new feature about LCD Density Modder Pro. Now, as most of you probably know, or you may not know, the Temp Apply Fast Reboot does not work on ICS because of changes in the operating system. So, right now, any app that has Temp Apply does not work, including mine. However, I have come up with an ICS solution that is boot loop proof, and it temp applies it. So this is running at the stock 320 right now. But say we were feeling adventurous and wanted to go down to 120. If you've ever used 120 on a Galaxy Nexus before, you know that it turns it into sort of tablet mode, but it completely breaks it. So let's click the temp apply ICS hack button. Now it saves the system DPI, applies the temp ICS hack. Now you got to reboot the phone. So while it's rebooting, I'll sort of explain what it's doing. It saves it as the system DPI, so it modifies your /system/build.prop file, and it sets the DPI to 120. But what it also does is it makes a backup file in the same folder, build.prop.back, and it creates an init.d script that after booting, it waits a little while, and then it copies the backup file and replaces your original file. So it copies the build.prop.back on top of the build.prop. Now what that does is it overwrites the saved value that we just had, the value that we just saved of 120, with our backup value, which is 320. So the next time we reboot, it's going to be at 320. So here you go, we can see that it's at 120 now. See, there's a bunch of crashes and everything with this, but let's go into the settings real quick. You can see, ooh, it's all tablet-like. But here's one of the interesting things. So I click on, say, Trebuchet right here. Now, since it's all broken, see, the title bar is gone, the bottom bar is gone, everything's gone. So I can't use it like this. So I'm going to have to turn it off. Now, I'm doing this in real time. I could skip over the reboots for you, but then that really wouldn't prove that it actually, that I didn't take it off camera and set the value differently and reboot it later. This is all real time. So as you remember, I modified the DPI to 120, saved it as the system DPI, but because of the init.d script, when it reboots, it's going to reboot back as 320. So let's give it a minute or so to reboot. Right here I'm running a CyanogenMod Euroskank. So this is available on the market. Once again, it's called LCD Density Modder Pro. This feature may come out on the free version, but I'm not sure yet. Oh, see, and there we go. Everything's big again. It's 320. Now, I know this video is probably going to get long, but I can show you an example of the boot loop. So here, if you know about my program, you can go to Settings, go to Minimum DPI Value, set it to whatever you want, 1. Now this hacks the little slider and stuff so that it basically you can set anywhere up to that level. So set it down to 1. That's going to be really crazy. Of course you know that's going to get a boot loop. So let's see what happens. Save DPI is 320. LCD density 1. Click the temp apply ICS hack button. Saving as system DPI. Temp apply complete. Click reboot. Wait for it to reboot. Now I'm not sure how long to wait here, but it's definitely not going to boot at 1 DPI. That's just a fact. I tried it at 20 earlier and it boot looped on me. I'll give this a minute to run. Like I said, I'm doing this all real time just to prove that I'm not turning off the camera, setting it, rebooting it to a different DPI, one that's compatible, and then just booting the phone up again, that this is actual working functionality that can prevent boot loops on your ice cream sandwich. So the phone's sort of been vibrating. It's vibrated twice on me. I'm going to wait for a few more vibrates. That's the third one. Just to make sure that we're actually in boot loop mode and we're not just taking forever to boot up. That's 4. That's 5. We'll wait for one more. Anyone who's used the Galaxy Nexus before knows it doesn't take anywhere near as long as this to boot up, so we know we got a boot loop there. Okay, there's 6. Okay, and I can't even turn it off. So we just got boot loop. Take out the battery. Put the battery back in. Turn it on. And if everything goes well, it should boot back up at 320 DPI. And there we go, 320 DPI after boot loop. See, my battery cover's still not on because of the boot loop. There we go, LCD Density Modder Pro. Buy it on the market today. Thanks.